Ew. This is interesting. This is the set of Star Trek Chimera after nearly, 4 months, last April.
Yep.
I don't think we're going to do any filming tonight, but here's the actual set that we found all the pieces to, and I set them up.
Yeah, it's one. I as co-director cannot stick around as late tonight as I normally would, except I got to get up like super early for work tomorrow.
Ooh.
Also, we hung out at the mall and kind of shot the breeze for probably longer than we ought, but we were having a very interesting discussion. So,
on my other science fiction projects.
Yes, we were discussing the other large-scale science fiction series.
One of them, yes.
Soon to be plugged all over YouTube.
But as for Chimera, well, it's been a little bit of a pullback.
The primary cause of the delay, well, there's two reasons. One, the weather has sucked.
The weather all summer was like ridiculous.
Global warming, you know. Anybody who's on like Fox News denying it now, I say come to Milpitas and try to be on our set in the dead of summer and tell me there's no such thing as global warming. It was muggy up here. It was like hot. You turn on the studio lights and you just start like sweat dripping down your face. The other thing is, because this is an independently made film, we're not beholden to a studio, so we can take as long as we want.
It's taken forever, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about the first 3 Trans-Techs took almost 10 years.
Yeah, they did. Well, that was an epic miniseries with 4 hours each.
That was basically a whole season.
A season of Transformers. Yeah, we did one.
This is basically...
It didn't intend to be, but the scripts were written weird, like...
There was a lot of fixing.
We'd notice a plot hole and go like, oh my god, we're
like halfway through a scene and we'd be like trying to read a line of dialogue and then realize like the reason we couldn't say it is because it didn't make sense. Wait, he couldn't say that because he's talking to somebody who's not there. So then we got to stop and like screw around with it. Has not been that much of a problem with Chimera has a much tighter script. And also we're shooting it to be much more of like, I mean it's still a big scale science fiction movie, but we're trying to shoot the dialogue scenes more intimately, so it's, I want to say it's more cinematic, even though it's less maybe epic than Trans-Tech, so it takes longer to do these scenes because we can't just set up the camera, bang out like 3 pages of dialogue.
Yeah, well, we don't have any of the animation software we did on the old one.
Oh yeah, and the post-production is going to be a challenge. I'm not entirely sure. At this juncture, late September 2013, we haven't as of yet figured out how to do the post-production exactly. I mean, we got some ideas, but...
We used to have people, but we don't have them anymore.
We used to have a cast of thousands and a budget of tens. And, yeah... By a cast of thousands, I mean, now this movie is unique in that we do actually have a guest actor.
Who appears at the very end of the movie.
He appears, but in a classic cameo.
Near the end.
Possibly the best cameo of all time in history. That's right. William Shatner himself. Imitation.
It's a fake. No, it was Shatner impersonator, but it's really good.
But yeah, so it's... this is going to be...
He also does a fairly good cue as well.
One of our most accomplished films, and that's probably why it's taking as long as it is, that and the weather, but because we are putting pretty much the extent of...
And you are the director, so you're only available on Thursdays, which throws the...
yeah, what I keep hoping is that we can get a weekend in and, start earlier in the day and just bang out...
That's what we did with Trans-Tech 2 and 3. We
and
just
that
kind
really
of
made a big
did
difference, because if we hadn't done that, we'd probably still be filming it.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That movie took... The second and third one took a long time. The first one, too, just because we were kind of incompetent and we didn't know what we were doing and we'd have to, like... reshoot stuff because like I had my thumb in the shot for half of it.
There was 40 minutes of this we had to reshoot because we got better stuff.
Oh yeah, and
better camera.
It actually worked out because the stuff that
it looks better now.
Looks way better. So it's a blessing in disguise. And also by reshooting it like 2 or 3 times, we got really good at figuring out how it should look. So that's probably what we should do with the whole movie: finish it and then start over again, and then it'll be even better. We'll just keep making this movie over and over and over again. Somewhere like in our 80s. Our performances will be sort of weird. It'll be like, Captain on the bridge. But yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, so I'll say a few things, I guess. Yeah, it's still a little warm.
Yeah, fortunately it's cooled off, so production, we got close. We were close this time, but the timing just... you might need those.
I just look better.
Yeah. You look more sci-fi geeky. but in that cool, trendy way.
Nerds.
Nerd used to be an insult, but you know what? Not anymore.
Yeah, we are.
The nerds finally inherited the earth.
It's like when you go to those Trekkie conventions, it's like most of them are. It's like,
well,
we are. We totally.
Yeah, we own it. I'm proud to be a dork. Dang it.
It's like what I used to say about, like, you know, when creation cons were still going on, and you used to say, well, one day we're going to be up on the stage talking about stuff. They'll ask us about, like, they'll ask us actor questions when we're writers for the show.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be like,
but we were both, so we can answer both sets of questions.
Exactly. So when this is the big internet sensation, it will be. We'll be able to go to Baycon and the other ones and say it on a panel and say, yeah, we did a Star Trek animated thing. It took 6 years almost.
Yeah,
and
but it was worth it.
But it was worth it. Well, technically not 6 years because even though it started 7 years ago,
well,
technically we didn't really start filming until 2010. Then we reshot everything on 2011, 2012. So really, technically, it was 2011.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not counting the stuff that we had to basically scrap and reshoot, then the movie's been in production for about 2 years.
Yeah, which is fairly good. I don't think it's going to be out by Christmas.
I'm pretty sure. Well, the thing about is
Not at
even
all.
if we finish the live action stuff, the post production is going to be.
Yeah, we have some of that stuff online for you though. That's
Oh yeah.
so we do have some of that, some bloopers in there.
Teaser trailers.
We will have a teaser trailer, hopefully by. Well, now it's not going to be Christmas.
No.
Unless it's a teaser trailer where it's just a ship and a planet.
Just
and
a
a
ship and a logo, but we could do that anytime.
We'll just ship and a logo. I just want to have something more done before I do the ship and the logo.
Well, yeah.
Basically,
it'd be nice to show a little footage.
This Q thing. I remember last, I think it was February of, not last February, but 2012. We actually posted a Valentine to the fans on Star Trek Chimera A22705 or A2405. Star Trek Chimera saying that we were going to do we did a Valentine to the fans. We played for you the whole holodeck scene where they're on the holodeck with Captain Kirk and the original crew, which I thought was really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Put that in there, and of course the geek meter went up there on that one. And then we've included off and on some bloopers that are funny on the website as well, so you can see the bloopers.
Yeah, because unlike classic Trek, we don't make you wait. How many years?
Or even the new Abrams movie. We're putting out the bloopers.
Yeah, where's the Abrams bloopers? For crying out loud, there's no gag reel on the Blu-ray.
I want to see the bloopers. That's the funniest part. So yes, I'm going to just get a few seconds of video of what this looks like, so you can set it up next week. And here we go. Here's the bridge. It's just supposed to be the part where Picard and LaForge interact on the side. And really, yeah, so there we go. It's the walls. Probably could fix that corner there. Straighten that up. Also, that corner seems to be bowing again. I want to fix that. And there. Bowing. What's funny is these, like, this is the behind the scenes thing, is these black screens back here, they're in case, like in post-production, we want to put something on them. But I seriously doubt that we have that ability now. I was saying that with Transtech we had some animation help, but that old program doesn't work anymore, and we have a newer computer which doesn't have that. So yeah, the newer one doesn't do animation that's cheap enough, and yeah, we're too cheap to hire an animation team. So yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so there we go. There's a bridge, and yeah, so there we go. And you'll notice the doors and things. This is the Enterprise E set. Yes, if we go behind it, we have the little markings on it. Into port. Ew, the reason, yeah, it shows there's a little marker back there. You got that, like the starboard. That one. Ew, and that's a prop from the raft set. Anyway, so we have stuff here. And also the bed is actually tilted slightly, so the set is actually sitting on other parts of the set, holding it up. Because there's like a box behind the set that's holding it up, and it's like it's tilted slightly to the left. The bed isn't; it's the weight of the other thing on it. Before we had this big elaborate thing built over the top, scaled that down to the point that we have Just like granny clips holding walls up. That is really low budget right there. There's a little behind the scenes from the ship.